here today in this community, a man was cremated or buried or something, but he committed suicide. If there are people we can confide in, people we can talk to, and people we can express our problems to, then that suicide will never be a thought. But we live in a world among hypocrites. Stand up with the urni in front of the Murti, Jai Ram, Shri Ram, and like a devil. Put on the dhoti, and in the middle of everything, Jai Ram, Shri Ram, and like a Rakshas. Makes no sense. You and I have to have the understanding that everybody's experience totally different. You and I have to understand and to get an appreciation that everybody's level of tolerance is totally different. You and I have to have the understanding that everybody's level of comprehension is different. The way I could talk with Ashish is not the way I could talk with Ishwar. I will say to Ashish anything. I'll go to Ishwar, Popo, do this. You have to talk to him totally different so that there will be some kind of understanding. You have to reach to the level of others and feel the pain of others. But we live in a world among people where everything is a joke. You spend all your time sitting and gossiping and talking about others. Anytime you start to talk about somebody, I gone, whoosh. I'm not in the conversation. I'm not talking about anybody. I don't want to hear about anybody. I want to tell you that suicide is a permanent solution to a temporary problem. Problems come and they will go. Problems come and they will go. Problems come and they will go. But when there is suicide, what will happen? You go. You leave the problem behind and you go. Mother Earth, she's saying, save me. Bhagwan, save me. And you know what Lord Vishnu says? Lord Vishnu says, Mother Earth, whether you ask or you did not ask, I'd already planned in my mind to come. I'd already made up my mind to come. Today when we stood after the 2 o'clock session, an old lady from Freeport came. And she said to me, she said, I really want to talk to Nigel and Adira and Dave and Cindy and Malu and Lena. And she's calling everybody by their name. Ashish, she's calling everybody by their name. And you know what she says? She said, you cannot begin to imagine the blessing you are to the world. And this is what she's saying to them. I'm hearing, and in my mind I say, so what about me? In my mind, the ego asking, so what about me? Me. She said, you can't begin to imagine how blessed you are. This morning, I said to everybody, turn to the person next to you and ask them, are you living your life to your truest potential? Tonight, I want you to turn to the person next to you and ask them, you have any clue how blessed you are? Ask them. Ask them. Do you have any clue how blessed you are? Ask them. And you say, me? I bless? You ain't know how much trouble I have. My knee hurting, my foot hurting, my stomach hurting, my head hurting. How come your mouth is hurting? Why your mouth not hurting to stop complaining? Anytime you complain, the insignificant becomes very. Anything that you pay no heed to, it goes away, it disappears on its own. But you sit down and mining trouble now. So trouble grows. Trouble becomes unbearable. Trouble becomes unmanageable. Isn't it? He says, I had already planned to come. Go back, I'm coming. And Bhagwan Vishnu, before Mother Earth left, the echo came. Yada yada hi dharmasya granir-bhavati bharata abhyutanam dharmasya tadatmanam svajamyam paritranaya sadhunam vinasaya suduskritam dharma sanstarpanataya shambhavani yuge yuge. There is a decline in dharma. There is disrespect to the holy beings and to the cows and to the holy animals. Worship is on the decline. And so I will manifest myself for the protection of those who are good, pious and noble. I am coming. I am coming. And as Lord Vishnu hears this, the cry of Mother Earth, and Mother Earth listens to what Lord Vishnu is saying, what happens? The Khadha takes us back into the prison cell of Devaki and Vasudeva. And now in the prison cell, something is happening again. Devaki is in family way. She is once more about to give birth to a second child. And as Devaki is about to give birth to a second child, what does it say to us? Sri Radhe Gopal Bhaju Mane Sri Radhe
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 श्री परमात्मने नमः। देवकी और वसुदेव का पति और पत्नी करने वाले, देख और की रक्षा हो भगवान, दया करो कृपा करो। देवता काले जानते करने वाले, देख और दुख और सुख क्या करने वाले, उन्होंने का रक्षा लिया है, रक्षा लिया करने है। श्री राधे गोपाल भजु मन श्री राधे,
श्री राधे गोपाल भजु मन श्री राधे,
श्री राधे गोपाल भजु मन श्री राधे,
श्री राधे गोपाल भजु मन श्री राधे।
The second baby is born. The baby begins to cry, and as the baby is not just crying, the baby is screaming. The mother of today and father of today, 2023, was a newborn baby, doesn't want the baby to cry at all. True or not? The minute the child will cry, they will run and rush to the aid of the child. In every room, there is a baby monitor. There's a baby monitor to monitor the baby, to have an idea of what is happening with the child at all times. In some instances, the monitor has a camera, what you could see from, and in some instances, there is a speaker, so you'll hear the cry of the child. Do you all know this? Do you all know this? In time gone by, the baby cry, and the grandmother say, "Let him cry, let him scream a little bit, so he gonna become a good singer when he grow up." He opening up his throat. We live among the devatas, and sometimes we live among the demons too. We live in the world of opposite. When there will be happiness, there will be sorrow. Have you given thought to that? We hold on to the things that make us sorry, and we forget the things that make us happy. सुख दुख दोनों रहते जिसमें जीवन है वो गाओ, कभी धूप कभी छाँव, कभी धूप कभी छाँव। ऊपर वाला पासा पी के नीचे चलते जाओ, कभी धूप कभी छाँव, कभी धूप कभी छाँव। We prayed one day and we asked Bhagwan, God, give us water. And you know what he gave us? He gave us the ocean. Endless water. Water with no amount of measurement. He gave us water, the ocean. One day we prayed to God and we said, God, we want light. Give us light. And you know what he gave us? The sun and the moon. Huh? One day we prayed to God and we said, God, I want you to bless me with an angel in my life. Bless me with an angel. And you know who he blessed us with? He blessed us with our mothers. They were angels on the earth. I said, God bless us with an angel, and you know who it is? And Auntie Angie said, Uncle Harry. Huh? The only person who will genuinely love us with pure love, unconditional pure love, is who? Your mother. Unconditional pure love. We asked for an angel and Bhagwan gave us our mothers. He gave us our parents, our guardian angels, our parents. Without them, we'll have no existence. In the prison cell, Devaki is crying. In the bed, Kamsa is sleeping. In the prison, Ugrasen and his wife, they're trapped. And Mother Earth takes the form of a cow. And as Mother Earth takes the form of the cow, Mother Earth, she begins to march. And where is she going? Where is she going? She's going to meet with Bhagwan Vishnu. Mother Earth is making her way to Lord Vishnu. Narayana, Narayana, Jai Govinda Hare. Narayana, Sri Narayana, Jai Gopal Hare. Every step. Narayana, Narayana, Jai Govinda Hare. Narayana, Sri Narayana, Jai Gopal Hare. Sing with me, everybody, with all your love. I want to hear you. Narayana, Jai. Turn up your volume, I can't hear you. One more time, everybody. Narayana, Jai Govinda Hare. Narayana, Sri Narayana, Jai Gopal Hare. Narayanaya Vidme Vasudevaya Dhimi Tanno Vishnu Prachodayat. Om Sri Vishnave Namah. Om Sri Vishnave Namah. Om Sri Vishnave Namah. Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Shada Rupena Sansthitan. Namastasye 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 Namo Namah. Shri Parmatmane Namah. Dharti Mata Bahut Shakti Karne Wale Tir. Gai Roop Ka Dharan Kya Karne Wale Duk. Bhagwan Vishnu Loka Chatte Gaya Hote. Bhagwan Vishnu उसने का देखते का कुछ क्या होते हैं, वारोने का लगे का मनुष्य का पाप वर्णन होते। इतना इसलिए का ज्ञान करने वाले में हो का बरसात नहीं कर सकते, नहीं कर सकते। नारायण नारायण जय गोविंद हरे। नारायण श्री नारायण जय गोपाल हरे। Sing with me, everybody. नारायण नारायण जय गोविंद Jai Govinda Hare Narayan Sri Narayan Jai Gopal Hare. Mother Earth, she's not just walking. Mother Earth is crying every step of the way. And as Mother Earth cries every step of the way, she reaches to Vishnu Lok and she stands in front of Lord Vishnu. And Mother Earth bends her head, but tears are streaming down the eyes of the cow. Ever saw the cow on the butcher van? Ever saw the cow on the butcher van? You ever pass by the link up and see the goat? Huh? The goat saying, help me, help me, help me. And you saying, Corey, Corey, Corey. Huh? The goat saying, save me, save me, save me. And you saying, cookie, cookie. Huh? That's what you're saying. Crying for its life. Save me. I'm standing in death's way. I'm about to be destroyed. Save me. It says, Mother bends her head and she's crying and she says, Lord Vishnu, Pahi, Pahi, Trahi, Pahi, Trahi, Pahi, Trahi. Save me, help me, I'm begging you, O Lord Vishnu. Manush Pap. The sins of man has become so unbearable that I can no longer withstand the weight of sin on the earth. How sinful are you? How simple are you? I remember one year in Ganesh Utsav in Palmy's Park, they made the stage. And every time somebody will walk on the stage, I will get frightened because the stage will shake and rock, and it was made with, I don't even know what. And when the weight will come on the stage, I will start to sweat because I say eventually this stage is going to break down. And after the reading is done, everybody comes to see the Murti and comes to see the Baba, and everybody coming up, and they're coming up in a grap like coconut. And in my mind I'm saying everything going to crash. And I got worried, frightened. Weight. The weight of sin. If you have to take all the actions that you have performed during your lifetime that you consider to be sinful, or maybe others might consider to be sinful, how heavy will that jewelry be? How heavy will that jewelry be? A day will come when we will stand in front of Bhagwan. And you know what we're carrying? Tere dwari kara Bhagwan Bhagat par re jori. O Bhagat par re jori. Tera hoga bada ihsan ki jug jug tere rahi iman. Bhagat par re jori. O Bhagat par re jori. One day we'll tie the jori about karma. Sintra, how heavy the good deeds will be and how heavy the bad deeds will be. Which jori heavier? Huh? You ever gave thought to that, Yagna? Which one will be heavier? If you have to put the good things in a jori and the bad things in a jori, Dave, which one will be heavier? Don't answer. That smile, don't answer. Huh? Mother Earth started to cry and she said, the weight of sin is so unbearable. Help me, help me, help me. We live in a world among people who wish that they could cry out for help. But when they cry to you, you use that as an opportunity to laugh at them. They are ashamed to come because your reaction is not what it is supposed to be. Instead of being sympathetic towards others, we use them and make them into fools. When you look around, right here today in this community, a man was cremated or buried or something, but he committed suicide. If there are people we can confide in, people we can talk to, and people we can express our problems to, then that suicide will never be a thought. But we live in a world among hypocrites. Stand up with the urni in front of the Murti, Jai Ram, Shri Ram. and like a devil. Put on the dhoti and in the middle of everything, Jai Ram, Shri Ram, and like a Rakshas. Makes no sense. You and I have to have the understanding that everybody's experience totally different. You and I have to understand and to get an appreciation that everybody's level of tolerance is totally different. You and I have to have the understanding that everybody's level of comprehension is different. The way I could talk with Ashish is not the way I could talk with Ishwar. I will say to Ashish anything. I'll go to Ishwar. Popo, do this. You have to talk to him totally different so that there will be some kind of understanding. You have to reach to the level of others and feel the pain of others. But we live in a world among people where everything is a joke. You spend all your time sitting and gossiping and talking about others. Anytime you start to talk about somebody, I gone, whoosh. I'm not in the conversation. I'm not talking about anybody. I don't want to hear about anybody. I want to tell you that suicide is a permanent solution to a temporary problem. Problems come and they will go. Problems come and they will go. Problems come and they will go. But when there is suicide, what will happen? You go. You leave the problem behind and you go. Mother Earth, she's saying, save me. Bhagwan, save me. And you know what Lord Vishnu says? Lord Vishnu says, Mother Earth, whether you ask or you did not ask, I'd already planned in my mind to come. I'd already made up my mind to come. Today when we stood after the 2 o'clock session, an old lady from Freeport came. And she said to me, she said, I really want to talk to Nigel and Adira and Dave and Cindy and Malu and Lena. And she's calling everybody by their name. Ashish, she's calling everybody by their name. And you know what she says? She said, you cannot begin to imagine the blessing you are to the world. And this is what she's saying to them. I'm hearing, and in my mind I say, so what about me? In my mind, the ego asking, so what about me? Me. She said, you can't begin to imagine how blessed you are. This morning, I said to everybody, turn to the person next to you and ask them, are you living your life to your truest potential? Tonight, I want you to turn to the person next to you and ask them, you have any clue how blessed you are? Ask them. Ask them. Do you have any clue how blessed you are? Ask them. And you say, me? I bless? You ain't know how much trouble I have. My knee hurting, my...
Rame Rama Manoharame Sastra Nama Chaturayam Rama Nama Barayani Saraswati Kamala Rame Ye kabhi na ho chitbham Gauri Ganesh Kamala Rame Sadamada Guru Charanana Sirnar ke Binavat Dautar Jor Shiva Shankar ke Charanan mein laaj Kailashpati Maharaj aaj Shankar Shiv Bam Bhora Shankar Shiv Bam Bam Bhora Kailashpati Maharaj aaj Shankar Shiv Bam Bam Bhora निमित चाला वाले आज शंकर शिव बम बम भोला, शंकर शिव बम बम भोला। कैलाशपति महाराज आज शंकर शिव बम बम भोला, शंकर शिव बम बम भोला। कैलाश बनालो दरपदहिया में दरस निकालो, समूह में कैलाश बनालो दरपदहिया में दरस निकालो। नाम तुम्हारा जुन में बसालो, नाम तुम्हारा जुन में बसालो। बहुत न आने वाले आज शंकर शिव बम बम भोला, शंकर शिव बम बम भोला। कैलाशपति महाराज आज शंकर शिव बम बम भोला, शंकर शिव बम बम भोला। दुख आप हरे हो, आप न पुन संसार हरे हो। दुख आप हरे हो, आप न पुन संसार हरे हो। वही पुजारी आप हरे हो, वही पुजारी आप हरे हो। तुम तो तारण वाले आज शंकर शिव बम बम भोला, शंकर शिव बम बम भोला। कैलाशपति महाराज आज शंकर शिव बम बम भोला, शंकर शिव बम बम भोला। कैलाशपति महाराज आज की घटी में क्या जानो, एक भजन करना की घटी में क्या जानो, एक भजन करना का भजन कर उसको मीन जाना, का भजन कर नियति जरा उसको मीन जाना। प्रभु 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 करना जानो, प्रभु 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 करना जानो। नैना जल भरना सुर की घटी में क्या जानो, एक भजन करना गुण गाए प्रभु नैन छोरा, फिर क्यों तुम गुण गाते, फिर क्यों तुम गुण गाते। मैं प्रेम दीवानी प्रभु 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 करना जानू, प्रभु 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 करना जानू, गुर की गति में जानू, एक भजन करना, गुर की गति में जानू, एक भजन करना, एक भजन करना, एक भजन करना। वृंदावन का कृष्ण कन्हैया, आँखों का तारा, वृंदावन का कृष्ण कन्हैया, आँखों का तारा, वृंदावन का कृष्ण वृंदावन का कृष्ण जमुना तट पर नंद किनारा, जब जब रास रसाए, जमुना तट पर नंद किनारा, जब जब रास रसाए, बुध बुध कोल करी, वृंदावन का ये वृंदावन का कृष्ण आए जमुना तट पर नंद किनारा, रात रसाए, जमुना तट पर नंद किनारा, रात रसाए, तन मन डोले राधा मधुर मजाया रे, बुध बुध खोल बुध खोल हरे गोपिया बने सीता जादू हारा, वृंदावन का ये वृंदावन का कृष्ण कन्हैया, वृंदावन का कृष्ण कन्हैया। नगर मत जाना मुसाफिर, प्रेम नगर मत जाना मुसाफिर, प्रेम प्रेम नगर सुंदर परिया प्रेम नगर सुंदर परिया सब जग दे प्रभु माना ओ सब जग दे प्रभु माना प्रेम नगर मत जाना मुसाफिर प्रेम नगर मत जाना प्रेम नगर सुंदर परिया सब जगह देख लुभाना प्रेम नगर सुंदर परिया सब जगह देख लुभाना ब्रह्मानंद कोई बिरला पहुँचे ब्रह्मानंद कोई बिरला पहुँचे पावे आवे मर निर्माना प्रेम नगर मत जाना मुसाफिर प्रेम नगर मत जाना मुसाफिर प्रेम नगर
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय
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 ओम श्री गणेशाय नमः श्री सरस्वत्यै नमः श्री गुरु चरण कमलेभ्यो गोविन्दाय नमो नमः वक्रतुण्ड महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देवा सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा ओम मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुलं गयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवम् ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय लक्ष्मी नारायण भगवान की जय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय
ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय
We pray for purification. अपवित्र पवित्र सर्वावस्थं घटोऽप्य यस्मरेत् पुण्डरीकाक्ष सभायं तरसुचे ॐ श्री विष्णवे नमः ॐ श्री विष्णवे नमः ॐ श्री विष्णवे नमः साक्षी देव. We invoke the presence of Lakshmi Devi. Shubham karotu kalyanam arogyam sukhasamparam mama shatru vinashaya deepajyotir namostute siddhi buddhi prane devi bhukti mukti pradayani mantra multe sara devi mahalakshmi namostute sakshi deepam maham karikshe ya devi sarvabhuteshu lakshmi rupena sanstita namastasye 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 namo namah. ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय
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 स्नानम् ॐ नारायणाय विद्महे वासुदेवाय धीमहि तन्नो विष्णु प्रचोदयात्. स्नानं स्नानं समर्पयामि पाढ्यं समर्पयामि अर्घ्यं समर्पयामि. ॐ श्री विष्णवे नमः. ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय
ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय
ॐ पञ्चामृतमया दत्त गृहाण पुरुषोत्तमं पञ्चामृतमया दत्त गृहाण परमेश्वर नारायणाय विद्महे वासुदेवाय धीमहि तन्नो विष्णु प्रचोदयात्. करारविन्देन परारविन्दं कारविन्दे विनिवेशयन्तं पत्रस्य पूतेशानं बाणं मुकुन्दं मनसः स्मरामि. ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय 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 ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय
ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय.
Vasradan, to you who are blessed us with clothing, pure clothing. Ved suktam samayuktam yagya shama samanvide sarve prare deva vasasi prare gretam. Om namo bhagavate vasudevaya. यज्ञोपवीतं परमं पवित्रं स्थापितं पुरुषं ततने आयुषमुग्रं प्रतिमुंश शुभ्रं यज्ञोपवीतं मनमस्तु तेज त्रयम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमेव बन्धना मृत्युर्मोक्षमामृता. ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय
ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय.
ॐ चन्दनं सुललितं नेवा कण्ठे चामुक्तावली गोपश्री परिणे विजयते गोपाल चूडामणि लालने लालीन सेरुधनि लालनङ्गोत् भद्रने हितान्नवदनं जय 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 कपीशोर. ॐ नारायणाय विद्महे वासुदेवाय धीमहि तन्नो विष्णु प्रचोदयात्. ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय
ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय
भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ओम गंधद्वारा दुरदर्शम नित्य पुष्पकरीशिनीं ईश्वरं तामहो श्रीगंधदानं समर्पयामि। वनस्पतिरसुरभूतो गन्धार्यो गणदूतम आग्रे सर्वदेवानां धूपोऽयं प्रतिगृहीतां। गन्धद्वारा दुरदर्शं नित्य पुष्पकरीशिनीं ईश्वरं तामहो श्रीगंधदानं समर्पयामि। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
परिमल द्रव्या व्योपहरि for purification. हरिद्राया सर्वसौभाग्यराणि सर्वालंकार मुक्तामि देवी त्वं प्रतिगृहीतां। कुंकुमं कांटिं दिव्य कामिनी कामार्थ संभव कुंकुममर्चितं देवा प्रसिद्ध पुरुषोत्तम। We offer Sindoor, bring for mukti, salvation. May you be pleased with us. Sindhuram shobhanam rakta sobhagye privardhanam kamram moksharam cheva Sindhuram pratigretam. Om namo bhagavate vasudevaya. Om namo bhagavate vasudevaya.
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
दुर्मदान ओम शुक्लां वरदं विष्णु शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुज प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये। एहि हिडम्ब पुत्र सपिता सपूजितानम श्रीमन्महागणपतये नमो नमः। कान्नात् पुरोहन्ति पुरुका पुरुषस्परे एवानो दुर्वे प्रतानो नाशते न चाहते। कोमलदानं समर्पयामि। ओम गं गणपतये नमो नमः। श्री सिद्धिविनायक नमो नमः। अष्टविनायक नमो नमः। गणपति बाप्पा मोरया।
गणपतये नमो नमः। श्री सिद्धिविनायक नमो नमः। अष्टविनायक नमो नमः। गणपति बाप्पा मोरया।
ओम गं गणपतये नमो नमः। श्री सिद्धिविनायक नमो नमः। अष्टविनायक नमो नमः। गणपति बाप्पा मोरया। नमो नमः। श्री सिद्धिविनायक नमो नमः। अष्टविनायक नमो नमः। गणपति बाप्पा मोरया। मोरया रे बाप्पा मोरया रे।
मोरया रे बाबा मोरया रे।
मोरया रे बाप्पा मोरया रे।
मोरया रे बाबा मोरया रे
शंकर शिवा शंभु महादेव शंकर शिवा
शंकर शिवा शंकर शिवा शंभो महादेव शंकर शिवा
शंकर शिवा शंभु महादेव शंकर शिवा
शंकर शिवा शंभो महादेव शंकर शिवा
नंदी वाहन शंकर शिवा
नंदी वाहन शंकर शिवा
नंदी वाहन शंकर शिवा
नंदी वाहन शंकर शिवा
बोलो शंकर शिवा
बोलो शंकर शिवा
बोलो शंकर शिवा
बोलो शंकर शिवा
नागा भोजन शंकर शिवा
नागा भोजन शंकर शिवा
शंकर शिवा शंभु महादेव शंकर शिवा
शंकर शिवा शंभो महादेव शंकर शिवा
जय जय अम्बे भवानी माँ जय जय अम्बे भवानी माँ
जय जय अम्बे भवानी माँ जय जय अम्बे भवानी माँ
जय जय अम्बे भवानी माँ जय जय अम्बे भवानी माँ
जय जय अम्बे भवानी माँ जय जय अम्बे भवानी माँ
जय जय अम्बे भवानी माँ जय जय अम्बे भवानी माँ जय जय अम्बे भवानी माँ जय जय अम्बे भवानी माँ जय जय अम्बे भवानी माँ जय जय अम्बे भवानी माँ
जय जय अम्बे भवानी माँ जय जय अम्बे भवानी माँ
जय जय अम्बे भवानी माँ जय जय अम्बे भवानी माँ
जय जय अम्बे भवानी माँ जय जय अम्बे भवानी माँ
जय जय अम्बे भवानी माँ जय जय अम्बे भवानी माँ
जय जय अम्बे भवानी माँ जय जय अम्बे भवानी माँ
सुनो मेरे देवी पर्वत वासिनी तेरा पारन पाया तेरा पारन पाया बोलो
सुनो मेरी देवी पर्वत वासिनी तेरा पारन पाया तेरा पारन पाया
बोलो सुनो मेरी देवी पर्वत वासिनी तेरा पारन पाया तेरा पारन पाया
सुनो मेरी देवी पर्वत वासिनी तेरा पारन पाया तेरा पारन पाया
पान सुपारी ध्वजा नारियल
पान सुपारी ध्वजा नारियल
पान सुपारी ध्वजा नारियल
पान सुपारी ध्वजा नारियल
ले तेरे बीच चराया ले तेरे बीच चराया बोलो सुनो मेरी देवी पर्वत वासिनी तेरा पारन पाया तेरा पारन पाया धूप दीप नैवेद्य आरती
धूप दीप नैवेद्य आरती
धूप दीप नैवेद्य आरती
धूप दीप नैवेद्य आरती
मोहन भोग लगाया मोहन भोग लगाया बोलो सुनो मेरे देवी पर्वत वासिनी तेरा पारन पाया तेरा पारन पाया बोलो सुनो मेरे देवी पर्वत वासिनी तेरा पारन पाया माँ तेरा पारन पाया माँ तेरा पारन पाया तेरा पारन पाया कृष्णा कन्हैया कृष्णा कन्हैया 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 रे
कृष्ण कन्हैया कृष्ण कन्हैया 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 रे
कृष्ण कृष्णा कन्हैया कृष्णा कन्हैया 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 रे
कृष्ण कन्हैया 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 रे
बना चित चोरा वृंदावन संचारा गोपाला गोपाला ही मुरली गोपाला
चित चोरा वृंदावन संचारा गोपाला गोपाला मुरली गोपाला
बना चित चोरा वृंदावन संचारा गोपाला गोपाला ही मुरली गोपाला
चित चोरा वृंदावन संचारा गोपाला गोपाला मुरली गोपाला
गोपाला गोपाला ही मुरली गोपाला
गोपाला गोपाला मुरली गोपाला
गोविंद गोपाल नाचो गोपाला
गोविंद गोपाल नाचो गोपाला
गोविंद गोपाल नाचो गोपाला
चित चोरा वृंदावन संचारा गोपाला गोपाला मुरली गोपाला
बड़ा चित चोरा वृंदावन संचारा गोपाला गोपाला ही मुरली गोपाला
चित चोरा वृंदावन संचारा गोपाला गोपाला मुरली गोपाला
बड़ा चित चोरा वृंदावन संचारा गोपाला गोपाला ही मुरली गोपाला 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 ही मुरली गोपाला
गोपाला गोपाला मुरली गोपाला
गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय
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 राधा रमन हरि गोविंद 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 जय जय
गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय
गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय
गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय ब्रह्मस्तु कृष्णार्पणम् राधा रमन हरि गोविंद जय जय
राधा रमन हरि गोविंद जय जय
श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरि मुरारी
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 नाथ नारायण वासुदेवा
नाथ नारायण वासुदेवा
नाथ नारायण वासुदेवा
नाथ नारायण वासुदेवा
गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय
गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय
गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय रामूलं समर्पयामि राधा रमन हरि गोविंद जय जय
राधा रमन हरि गोविंद
आज मैंने राधा रमन हरि गोविंद जय जय
राधा रमन हरि गोविंद जय जय
गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय
गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय
आओ बैठो जपो हरि नाम शिव जी की मंदिर में
आओ बैठो जपो हरि नाम शिव जी की मंदिर में
आओ बैठो जपो हरि नाम शिव जी की मंदिर में
आओ बैठो जपो हरि नाम शिव जी की मंदिर में
शिव जी की मंदिर शिव जी की मंदिर शिव जी की मंदिर में आओ बैठो जपो हरि नाम शिव जी की मंदिर में आओ दक्षिणायनम अहम करिष्ये सोना के यहाँ मूर्ति बनी है
सोना की यहाँ मूर्ति बनी है
सोना की यहाँ मूर्ति बनी है
सोना की यहाँ मूर्ति बनी है
सीता और श्री राम शिव जी की मंदिर में आओ बैठो जपो हरि नाम शिव जी की मंदिर में
आओ बैठो जपो हरि नाम शिव जी के मंदिर में।
तुलसीदास भजो भगवाना,
तुलसीदास भजो भगवाना,
तुलसीदास भजो भगवाना,
तुलसीदास भजो भगवाना।
लक्ष्मण और हनुमान शिव जी की मंदिर में, आओ बैठो जपो हरि नाम शिव जी की मंदिर में।
आओ बैठो जपो हरि नाम शिव जी की मंदिर में।
शिव जी की मंदिर, शिव जी की मंदिर, शिव जी की मंदिर में।
शिव जी की मंदिर, शिव जी की मंदिर, शिव जी की मंदिर में।
आओ बैठो जपो हरि नाम शिव जी की मंदिर में।
आओ बैठो जपो हरि नाम शिव जी की मंदिर में।
The chant is saying, आओ बैठो. आओ means come, बैठो means sit. आओ बैठो, japo. Japo means you take the mala and you're chanting the mantra, you're japawing. Japawing means to chant. आओ बैठो, please come, sit. Japao, chant. Hari Naam. Hari is who? Hari is Lord Vishnu. Hari Naam. Let's chant the name of Lord Vishnu. Where? In the Shiva Mandir. In the Mandir of Lord Shiva. Let's chant Hari Naam. For when you pray to Lord Hari in the presence of Lord Shiva becomes happy. And when you pray to Lord Shiva in the presence of Hari, Hari becomes happy. That's why we say Hara Hara Mahadev. Hara Hara. Hara comes from Hari. Hara comes from Hari. And so the name of Lord Vishnu is being chanted unconsciously and you had no clue. Hara comes from Hari. Hari is Vishnu and Hara is Shiva. Hari Hara. Hari Haraya Krishna Namo Paramatmane Namaha. All of the chants, Hari and Hara, can be found in those chants, glorifying Vishnu and Shiva at the same time. If Lord Vishnu becomes happy when we think of Lord Shiva, and Lord Shiva becomes happy when we think of Lord Vishnu, then why are we not singing? Then why are we not chanting? When there is God's work, there is no time to be tired. You know? When there is God's work, there is no time to be tired. Shankar Shiva, Shankar Shiva, Shambhu Mahadeva, Shankar Shiva.
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 Om Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om.
Om Hari Om.
Sing with me, everybody. Let's sing together.
Om Hari Om.
Om Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om.
Om Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om.
Par Brahma Shiva Hari Om.
Par Brahma Shiva Hari Om.
Par Vishnu Shiva Hari Om.
Par Vishnu Shiva Hari Om.
Par Brahma Shiva Hari Om.
Par Brahma Shiva Hari Om.
Par Vishnu Shiva Hari Om.
Par Vishnu Shiva Hari Om.
Hari Om, Hari Om, Jai Shiva 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 Om.
Om Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om.
Om Hari Om, Hari Om.
Sing with me, everybody.
Hari Om.
Govinda, Govinda, baju Radhe Govinda, Gopala Gopala baju Krishna Mukunda.
Govinda Govinda baju Radhe Govinda, Gopala Gopala baju Krishna Mukunda.
Govinda Govinda baju Radhe Govinda, Gopala Gopala baju Krishna Mukunda.
Govinda Govinda baju Radhe Govinda, Gopala Gopala baju Krishna Mukunda.
Om Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om.
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 Radhe Govinda Gopala, Jai Govinda Radhe Gopala.
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 Krishna Madhusudana, Madhusudana Krishna.
Krishna Madhusudana, Madhusudana Krishna.
Krishna Madhusudana, Madhusudana Krishna.
Krishna Madhusudana, Madhusudana Krishna.
Govinda Govinda Gopala, bolo.
Govinda Govinda Gopala.
Sing with me. Bolo Govinda Govinda Gopala.
Bolo Govinda Govinda Gopala.
Radhe Govinda Gopala, Jai Govinda Radhe 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 Gopala.
Krishna Madhusudana, Madhusudana Krishna.
Krishna Madhusudana, Madhusudana Krishna.
Krishna Madhusudana, Madhusudana Krishna.
Krishna Madhusudana, Madhusudana Krishna.
Govinda Govinda Gopala,
Baju Govinda Govinda Gopala.
Sai Govinda Govinda Gopala.
Sai Govinda
Clap your hands, sing with me everybody, let's sing together. Radhe Govinda Gopala, Jai Govinda Radhe Gopala.
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 He Nanda Nanda Gopal, Anand Nanda Gopal.
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 He Nanda Nanda Ananda Nanda Yadu Nanda Nanda Gopal.
He Nanda Nanda Anand Nanda Yadu Nanda Nanda Gopal.
हे नंद नंद आनंद नंद यदु नंद नंद गोपाल
हे नंद नंद आनंद नंद यदु नंद नंद गोपाल
हे नंद नंद गोपाल आनंद नंद गोपाल
नंद नंद गोपाल आनंद नंद गोपाल
आनंद नंद गोपाल
आनंद नंद गोपाल.
Hath jod, let us bow our heads in prayer. As we chant these mantras, we pray to Bhagwan. As we listen to these verses, may you purify our existence. May you bless the souls of our pitris. We beg of thee, listen to our prayer. Hari Om Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kansachar Murmardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagat Gurum Saraswati Namastubhya Varane Kamarupini Vidyarambam Karishami Siddhir Bhavatu Me Sada Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Matri Rupena Sansthitat Namastasye 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 Namo Namah Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshwara Guru Sakshat Par Brahma Tasmai Sri Guruve Namah Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Lakshmi Narayan Bhagavan Ki Jai. Tantra person next to ask them, how are you? Look at them, say you're red, you're tired. Ask them, you're tired? Ask Indra and Sharon for me. You sleepy? That's because you don't listen. Tell them. Ask them, you know what time it is? Tell them, it's Bhagwat time. That's the time, it's Bhagwat time. Ram Krishna Hare Mukunda Murare
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 Panduranga Panduranga Rama Krishna Hare
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 Radhe Sham Radhe Sham
Radhe Sham Radhe Sham
Radha Madhav Radhe Sham
Radha Madhav Radhe Sham
Seetahal Seetahal
Seetahal Seetahal
Sita Pallava Seetahal
Seetahal Seetahal
Radha Mukunda Radhe Sham
Radha Mukunda Radhe Sham
Radha Govinda Radhe Sham
Radha Govind Radhe Sham
Radhe Radhe Radhe
Radhe Radhe Radhe
Radhe Govinda
Radhe Govinda
Krishna Mukunda
Krishna Mukunda
He Nanda Nandalal Oh Nanda Nandalal Radhe Govinda
Radhe Govinda
Radhe Govinda
Radhe Govinda
Ram Krishna Hare Mukunda Murare
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 Panduranga Panduranga Rama Krishna Hare
Panduranga Panduranga
last night, we ended in this place where Nanda and Yashoda, they wake up. But when they wake up, in their cradle, they have recognized that the baby girl that they placed to sleep is now turned into a baby boy. And so they're confused. Nanda and Yashoda, who had already announced to everybody who lives in this place that they have a baby girl, now has to tell everybody they have a baby boy. And so Nanda and Yashoda, they're worried about what everybody will think and what everybody will say. You and I, we prevent ourselves from being happy. You and I, we prevent ourselves from enjoying existence because we are very concerned about everybody's opinion of us. Is that true? Is that true? I don't know about you. I have come to the understanding and the realization that your opinion belongs to you, not me. And whether you like me or you dislike me, that doesn't affect me, it affects you. And it doesn't prevent me from being the best version of myself. After all, I have come to the conclusion, Jagdeo, that I can't expect everybody to like me. You know why? Simply because everybody don't have good taste. That's the reason why. Everybody don't have good taste. So I don't expect everybody to like me. And likewise you, don't expect everybody to like you, because not everybody has good. Turn to the person next to you and tell them, not everybody have good taste. Tell them. Huh? Not everybody has good taste. Nanda and Yashoda, they have made the announcement. And now, because they heard, they did not believe, so they want to see. They want to see. Hearing wasn't enough. Now they want to see. And everybody is making their way to the home of Nanda and Yashoda. But in the prison cell, Devaki and Vasudev, they're crying because they're alone. No child. In a dark prison cell, they're prisoners. Binjane ke panchi re tera darat n jaane ko, tera darat n jaane ko. They're trapped in the prison cell like a bird is trapped in a cage. The bird is singing in the cage, you know. You're giving the bird the best feed and the best water. But the best thing for the bird is its freedom. That's the best thing for the bird. I'm guilty too, because I have birds that are trapped in a cage. I'm guilty too. I try to give them the best seed and the best water and the best nourishment that I can to the best of my ability. I try. But the sad reality is, the birds that I have in a cage are the birds that we took care of from baby until they are what they are. And so they are not accustomed to the wild, or else I would have freed them and allowed them to go. But they're dependent on us. They're dependent on me. One flew away recently and I almost died. And of all the trees in the neighborhood to go on, he went on a tree that was more than 50 feet high. I'm looking at him and I'm saying, come. And he looking at me, he said, you come. I'm saying, come. He said, no, you come. I say, G1, come. He said, no, you come. And from up there, he's saying, I'm hungry. Baba, Sitaram. And I'm saying, no, Sitaram, come. Let's go home. He said, you come. You come. And then eventually, he flew into the neighbor's house, into her living room, and she shut the door. And she called me. She said, your bird is in my living room. You need to come now. He's biting up the cord for my television. Come quick. Leave what you're doing and come. And by the time she closes the door and calls me, Jivan, open the window and fly back out. Such is the intelligence of the bird. Later in the evening, she called me again. She said, you need to come. The bird in the TV room again. And I go into the TV room and I put my hand, I say, come. And he comes onto my hand. She says, so easy you catch him? I say, he just like me. Children are a little bit stubborn. But they know when you're vexed, how to obey. So he comes. And I hold him like a little popo. And I say, you fly away. And I could look at him and I could look at his eyes and I know he's saying, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that. I didn't know what I was doing. But the bird is innocent. But you and I, unlike the bird that is dependent, you and I, we have the ability to free ourselves mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, and otherwise. We have the ability to liberate ourselves. Do you believe that? We have the ability to make ourselves happy. But we must free ourselves from the way that we think. We must free ourselves from the company that you choose to keep. You must free yourself from that which makes you unhappy. Keep the company and the association of those who help you to smile and enjoy life. When you look at Sharon, the Tabalchi, when Sharon, look at me. You see the reaction? That's the company you're supposed to keep. The people who help you to smile. Look at Jagannath. Jagannath, watch his face. I just call his name and watch his face. Light up. Smile. I would have called Naresh, but you know, some people just don't smile. The bhajan says, you know what the bhajan says? चुप के रोने वाले रखना छिपा के दिल की जाने दे. The bird chup ke, huh? Chup ke, the bird singing. But the bird not singing because he happy. The bird saying, set me free, set me free, set me free. And you say, oh God, the bird hungry. You hearing what you want to hear. Not set me free, you know. I'm hungry. Huh? And so, what will happen? Devaki and Vasudeva, they're in the prison cell and they're unhappy. But across the river Yamuna, the home of Nanda and Yashoda, everybody's marching. They're going. And you know why they're going? They're all going. Listen to why. Krishna ki palna jhulave Nandarani. Krishna ki palna jhulave Nandarani. Krishna ki palna jhulave Nandarani.
Krishna ki palna jhulave Nandarani.
Jhulave Nandarani, jhulave Nandarani.
Jhulave Nandarani, jhulave Nandarani.
Jhulave Nandarani, jhulave Nandarani.
Jhulave Nandarani, jhulave Nandarani.
Krishna ki palna 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 jhulave Nandarani.
Jhulave Nandarani, 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 jhulave Nandarani. Krishna ki palna jhulave Nandarani.
Krishna ki palna jhulave Nandarani.
They all going to the palna, one by one. You know why they're going? To see the Krishna. And everybody goes, take a little shake. You see, without me even telling her, she begins to rock the palna. She begins to shake. Krishna ki palna jhulave Nandarani.
Krishna ki palna jhulave Nandarani.
Palna jhulave geeta sunave.
Palna jhulave geeta sunave.
Palna jhulave geeta sunave.
Palna jhulave geeta sunave.
अरे मुख से निकटर सुंदर पानी, कृष्णा की पलना झुलावे नंद रानी।
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 गौ ब्राह्मण के रक्षा करनी,
गौ ब्राह्मण की रक्षा करते।
गौ ब्राह्मण के रक्षा करनी,
ब्राह्मण की रक्षा कर।
ए धर्म शास्त्र के सुंदर पानी, कृष्णा की पलना झुलावे नंद रानी।
कृष्णा की
पलना झुलावे नंद रानी।
कृष्णा की पलना झुलावे नंद रानी।
कृष्णा की पलना झुलावे नंद रानी।
झुलावे नंद रानी, झुलावे नंद रानी, झुलावे नंद रानी।
कृष्णा की पलना झुलावे नंद रानी।
कृष्णा की पलना झुलावे नंद रानी।
कृष्णा की पलना झुलावे नंद रानी। All of you in front of the stage, in front of the stage only, stand up. Only in front of the stage, stand up. Carry Lord Krishna to them and then let me shake the palna.
अरे प्रेम में तुझको पलना झुलावे, प्रेम की तुझको पलना झुलावे। अरे प्रेम की तुझको पलना झुलावे,
प्रेम की तुझको पलना झुलावे।
अरे मुकते निकट है सुंदर पानी, कृष्णा की पलना झुलावे नंद रानी।
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 झुलावे नंद रानी, झुलावे नंद रानी, झुलावे नंद रानी। कृष्णा की पलना झुलावे नंद रानी।
कृष्णा की पलना झुलावे नंद रानी।
आई झूलो पलना रे झूलो पलना, झूलो पलना रे झूलो पलना रे, झूलो झूलो कन्हैया, झूलो पलना, झूलो झूलो कन्हैया, पलना झूलो झूलो कन्हैया, झूलो पलना झूलो झूलो कन्हैया। ए झूलो पलना रे झूलो पलना, झूलो पलना रे झूलो पलना रे, झूलो झूलो कन्हैया, झूलो पलना झूलो झूलो कन्हैया। ए कहवा कन्हैया तोरे जन्म भई है, अरे कहवा कन्हैया तोरे जन्म भई है। कहवा में झूले झूलो पलना, रे कहवा में झूले झूलो पलना, झूलो झूलो कन्हैया, झूलो पलना, झूलो झूलो कन्हैया,
पलना झूलो झूलो कन्हैया।
झूलो पलना झूलो झूलो कन्हैया।
पलना झूलो झूलो कन्हैया।
ए झूलो पलना रे झूलो पलना,
पलना झूलो पलना,
झूलो पलना रे झूलो पलना,
पलना झूलो पलना,
झूलो पलना रे झूलो पलना रे, झूलो झूलो कन्हैया, झूलो पलना झूलो झूलो कन्हैया।
पलना झूलो झूलो कन्हैया।
हे मथुरा कन्हैया तोरे जन्म भई है, हे मथुरा कन्हैया तोरे जन्म भई है। गोकुला में झूले झूलो पलना, रे गोकुला में झूलो झूलो पलना रे, झूलो झूलो कन्हैया, झूलो पलना झूलो झूलो कन्हैया।
झूलो कन्हैया झूलो पलना झूलो झूलो कन्हैया।
आई झूलो पलना रे झूलो पलना,
पलना झूलो पलना,
ए झूलो पलना रे झूलो पलना,
पलना रे झूलो पलना,
ए झूलो पलना रे झूलो पलना, झूलो झूलो कन्हैया, झूलो पलना झूलो झूलो कन्हैया।
पलना झूलो झूलो कन्हैया।
I promise you that everybody will get a chance to shake the palna. I promise you. Before we do the arti, they will come and they will bring Lord Krishna and everybody will have a chance to shake the palna and to see Lord Krishna in the palna. But everybody is going. You see how everybody got excited? And some carrying and some searching. Auntie Angie, wait till the Krishna reach, then to get in a purse, to look, to see what I could give Krishna. That's how everybody, they became confused. That's how the Leela of Lord Krishna is. Lord Krishna is that being who, when you listen and you become intoxicated with his energy, his power, you become confused. You know what is happening, but you don't know what is happening. You're prepared, but you're still so unprepared. You're ready, but you're so still not ready. And that's how it is when it comes to Krishna. He steals your consciousness. Chitta choda yashoda ki bal, Navanita chode gopal. Chitta choda yashoda ki bal, Navanita chode gopal. Chit means your consciousness. Chitta choda, Yashoda, the son of Yashoda, steals away my consciousness. Navanita chode gopal. All I can think about is chanting Gopal. Gopal, 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 Gopal. Jai Jai Girivardhan Gopal. Jai Jai Girivardhan Gopal. Jai Jai Giridhar Gopala. 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 Chitta choda yashoda ki bal, Navanita chode Gopal. Comes now, is worried. He's troubled, hearing that he's going to die, and the child to destroy him is already born and in a safe place. Becomes very worried. How long do you have to live again? Let me ask an easier question. You might not know the answer to that. Where is death? That's an easier question. Where is death? Hello? Where is death? Death goes to sleep with you every night, and death wakes up with you every morning. Do you know that? The Guru Pran says, death walks side by side with you. You know what Scripture says? Scripture says, falling asleep is natural, but being able to wake up is by Bhagwan Daya, by the grace of God. Have you given thought to that? Falling asleep is natural. It has some people, they jupe anyway. They fall asleep. But to wake up back is only by the grace of Bhagwan, God. It only happens through the grace of God. Comes, doesn't want to die. Anybody here want to die? Hello? Anybody here want to die? Anybody here made preparations so when they die? The man who think he going to death, go in the funeral home and pay for the box and buy the clothes and book the Baba. Poor Baba dead before he. Because that's how life is. The people you think will die outlive you. And the ones that you think will live and look after you, they die before you. And that's how life is. The sansar. That's how it is. It says, Krishna, he has stolen the consciousness of everybody. And Krishna becomes the talk of the town. Krishna becomes the talk. He becomes very popular. When you're on top, you have to be prepared to be the topic. When you're on top, everybody has to discuss you. When you're on top and when you're above and when you're climbing and they could see you above them, they have to talk about you. And you know where they talk about you? Behind your back. You know why? Because they're way behind. That's why. That's the only reason why they're talking behind your back. Because they're way behind you. You're ahead and they're behind. So sometimes when people say bad things about you behind your back, it is to remind you that they are behind and you are forward. Keep forging forward. Don't think about them. Don't think about their comments. Don't think about what they have to say. Don't think about it. Be the best you. Keep forging forward. It says, comes, doesn't want to die. So Comes is trying to save himself. But you know what happened? Comes wonders how he will do this. And so he summons Putana. Who is Putana? Putana is a demoness. A demoness. A demon is a male And a demoness is a demon is a male and a demoness is a... Oh, okay. And so Putana takes the form, you know, in many of the kathas you have only heard of demons. Huh? This morning you're hearing of a demoness. And so Putana takes this form of a beautiful damsel. And taking the form of the beautiful damsel, what will happen? Putana is given a task. She's given a job. You know what the job is? The job is to destroy all the newborn babies of the entire town. Go and destroy them. Putana wonders, how will I destroy them? So you know what she does? She puts poison on her breast. And she goes everywhere that there is a newborn child. And Putana poisons the children by allowing them to drink from a poisoned breast. But Putana has heard across the river Yamuna, in the home of Nanda and Yashoda, everybody is going pagal. Pagal means crazy, because they have a child. And everybody is going to see this child. In Spanish they say loco. Huh? In Hindi they say pagal. In English they say crazy. All meaning the same thing. And so Putana is crossing the river Yamuna. She's going there, tap, tap, tap. You know, some people they walk, tap, tap, tap. There's some people they walk and you never hear their footsteps. There are some people they walk and they walk gracefully and elegantly. And there are some people when they walk, you swear they'll break down the house. Burup, burup. Huh? We were told in our home that we grew up in that you don't walk tap, tap, tap. You walk gracefully. You walk with grace. You don't drag your slippers. Quite up the road, they know you're coming because you're dragging your slippers. Like you have a stroke and you're walking. Huh? And the man who have a stroke walking better than you. They say one of those habits are Kulachan habit. Have you ever heard about Kulachan before? Those are Kulachan habits. It says, you know what? Putana goes across the river Yamuna to the home of Nandan and Yashoda. And I'm telling this because I didn't start to read the Katha yet. I'm telling this to get to the Katha. And Putana goes, and Putana stands behind a huge tree. And Putana sees that Yashoda Maya, she's sweeping the yard. And at that time, Krishna begins to cry. Krishna begins to scream. The mother of the baby tries to time the baby to get her chores done. Remember when you had to time your baby? You know how often the baby will drink the milk? You know how often you have to change the pamper? Well, not pamper, diaper. You all remember diaper? I don't know about you. I looked at a picture of myself recently. I think I have it somewhere here. I'm not going to show you, by the way. And I'm wearing a diaper made from peacock sheet. And not only that, a pink peacock sheet. I said to my mother, Ma, so you couldn't use a blue one or a green one? Because it came in the colors blue, green, yellow, and pink. You all remember that? You had to be old like me to know what the peacock sheet, huh? And she said, how you figure out is the peacock? I say, I'm seeing the big peacock head on the thing. And I know. And you know what she said to me? She said, we had to use what we have, boy. We couldn't choose. We had to use what we have. And so we cut that one because that one washed and it was soft. Because when it was new, it was like cardboard. This is what my mother saying to me. I don't know. She said when it is new, it's like cardboard. It will be uncomfortable. So we used a sheet that was used many times and washed before that got soft. And then we cut it up and we made a diaper. In 2023, you no longer put on diaper for children, eh? And you know the number one reason why? You're too lazy to wash it. That's why. Not because it is not applicable to the day that we live in, you know. It is because you're too lazy. And that is the best thing for the child. You know that? That is the best thing for the child. But the best thing for you is a pull up, to pull down and throw away. Easy squeezy. And so Putana stands behind the tree. The baby begins to cry. Yashoda drops her broom. She goes to get the baby. And when Yashoda comes back holding the baby, Putana comes. Putana, she's beautiful in looks. Putana say, Yashoda, let me hold the popo and you finish sweep. Huh? It was a tradition that in the home that we grew up in, it was extended. So when the baby cry, you take the baby and you carry the baby by the grandfather who sit down in front of the TV. Papa, hold the popo a little bit. I'm coming back just now. I'm going to bed. You all remember that? Huh? Mama, don't chunky the dal yet. Hold the popo a little bit and I'll come back for the popo just now. You all remember that? You all remember that? Yashoda becomes happy. Somebody is helping me with the baby. She gives the baby. But you know what happened? Putana holds the baby. You remember? Last year I told you. Putana hold the baby. And she said, Kuchi, kuchi, ku. I'm going to kill you. And Krishna look at her and he say, try me now. And Putana say, well, you might be the one to destroy Kans. And she's saying to him, you will destroy Kans. And he's saying, I will destroy you. When you think you're destroying somebody else, you're only destroying your own self. Tell the person next to you, in trying to destroy somebody, you're destroying your own self. Tell them. Tell them. Tell the person next to you. If that person's sleeping, hunch them so. Give them an elbow. Tell them. In trying to destroy somebody, you're only destroying your own self. And so Putana, what she does? Putana puts the baby's mouth to the breast. And Krishna is looking at her and smiling. And Krishna is not just drinking, you know. You know what Krishna is doing? Krishna is biting and creating pain. And Putana experiencing this pain. Putana wants to scream, you know. But she can't scream because she's pretending. A person who is pretending could never really genuinely express themselves. True or not? A person who is pretending could never genuinely express themselves. Is that true? And Putana begins to feel his pain. And Krishna is drinking. Itena tu karna swami jab prani tan se nikale Govinda naam lekar pir prani tan se nikal. You know what happened to Putana? Jab prani kante aave koi roge na satave yamatra se na dikave jab prani tan se nikale. Putana's life reached her throat. Putana could no longer bear. Putana started to scream because Putana was about to die. And so Putana, she died and she fell to the ground and a horrific form could be seen. But what permitted Putana to have this experience? What permitted her to have this kind of death? The Bhagwat Puran says Putana did not learn from her previous life. From a previous experience, she did not learn. So she created the same kind of thing. And she did the same kind of thing. And she's burning and dying the very same way. Because she did not learn from the past. In the past, in our past life, we were sitting right here. We was doing the same thing with the same bunch of hardened people. Who want to take on the whole world by themselves. That's what we were doing. We were doing this very same thing in the past. I didn't learn. You didn't learn. We didn't learn. We didn't listen. We hear, but we didn't listen. Worship is something enjoyable, you know. Pleasurable, you know. You know that? Worship is something pleasurable. But even in worship, you have to have discipline. You know what is discipline? Discipline There is a time to parcel the parasad. There is a time to prepare for the puja. There is a time to prepare the lunch. There is a time for everything. Everything in synchrony with discipline becomes enjoyable. And it happens together. Everybody together in one accord. Putana did not learn from her last experience. You know what she did? Listen, the Katha tells us. श्री परमात्मने नमः। पूतना अपने विचार करने वाले, जन्म का राजकुमारी का रत्नमाल तीत करने वाले, देखो श्री भगवान विष्णु का रूप प्रकट होते करने वाले, पातुरन का चोते लड़के का करने वाले, अपने का बेट अपने का रूप गया करने वाले, वामन जिसका महान भोग का करने वाले, देखो और महाभोग का प्रेम बरसात करने रहते, इसलिए का स्थापन गया करने चलते तीर करेंगे। वामन का राजा महाबली का यज्ञ का बिंदी करने वाले, दान कीर का करने, रत्नमाल का क्रोधित क्या करने, इस प्रकार का वामन का रूप भगवान करने, बाल गीत के करने वाले, इसने का अपने अगर जन्म में जब रत्न बीज ने पूतना का रूप करने वाले, देखो जन्म लिया करने। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। It says in Putana's previous birth, Putana had a name. What name she had? Ratnamal. Ratnamala was her name. And Ratnamala, she was privileged enough to meet with Lord Vishnu in her previous birth. Listen to what? She met with Lord Vishnu in her previous birth. Who is Krishna again? Who is Krishna again? He's an avatar of Lord. In her previous birth, she met Lord Vishnu. And now as Putana, she met Lord Vishnu too. But in her previous birth, she met Lord Vishnu. And in which form? The form that visited the Yagna of Rajabali. The form that visited the Yagna of Rajabali. Have you ever heard of Rajabali before? Rajabali was a king. Rajabali, he conquered the entire earth and he considered the earth to be his own. And Rajabali decided that he will have a Yagna. But because of his ego and because of his qualities and because of his ways and because of his negativity, Bhagwan decided to take back the reign from Rajabali. But one of the things of Rajabali is that Rajabali was charitable. He was a giving being. And he was having the yajna, and Rajabali says, anything anybody asks for, he will give it to them. You remember? Remember that katha? He will give it to them, anything they ask for. Dave, can you give everybody everything they ask for? Huh? Is it possible? There's some people who ask with no discretion. There are some people who see and they know that you might be in distress too, but they have no consideration for you. Because their whole life is want. They never get up and work. And though they work, they never provide for themselves. They never save, they never put away, they never try to save for a rainy day. So when the rain becomes unbearable, it becomes everybody's problem. Shelter is now seeked under everybody else's umbrella because you didn't buy one for yourself. Remember the little child? When you were a little child and you forget home your pencil? Huh? And you look at your friend and what you tell your friend? What you tell your friend? I was a good friend, you know. If you were my friend and you forget home your pencil, know for a fact that I only go into school with one pencil. My grandmother will check my bag every day to make sure I had one, only one. Because she know, you know, from small, Rukmin will tell you, from small, they named me Father Giver. From small, they call me Father Giver. Ask her, she'll tell you. And she'll check my bag every day to make sure it was one pencil. But if you are my friend and you are sitting next to me and you forget your pencil, you know what I'll do? I'll break mine in half just to make sure that you have a pencil. That's what I will do. And I did that many times. And when I went home, I get breaking too for breaking the pencil. And she said, did you give away half of the pencil? And I said, no, ma. How I would do that? It fall down, and when I was picking it up, it break. You're lying? Boop, boop, boop. Don't lie next time. Same thing again. Huh? It says, Raja Bali, Lord Vishnu came. But you know, Lord Vishnu came? He came disguised as a dwarf, a short man. And coming disguised as this dwarf, what will happen? He took this form of Vaman avatar. Vaman. And Vaman looked at Raja Bali. And Raja Bali said, anything you want, I'll give it to you. He's asking a dwarf. He said, anything you want, I'll give it to you. And listen to what Vaman is saying. Vaman said, all I want is 3 footsteps of land. That's all I want. Only 3 footsteps. 3 footsteps. Listen to what the Katha talking about land and how much footstep. Think about you, the neighbor fence come 2 inches inside what you call your bung, and you never talk to them for the rest of your life, and you're dead and you can't get a spot in the cemetery to bury. In the time of COVID, whether you had your own tomb or whether you had a family plot or whether what you had, they bury you in the naughty corner. You all remember? They put you in a corner in the cemetery where nobody has to go and dig up. In a long, long time, they call it the COVID center. Did you all know that? You all didn't know that? They did not bury COVID people everywhere. They selected the cemeteries and they buried you in only one corner. The corner where all the water settling and nobody burying, and the corner that nobody had to go and dig up and thing. That corner. That's where they bury you. You live your whole life fighting for land and the spouting water falling down inside my land. And Bama, you and Nuna, she come 1 foot inside my land. Huh? Baman is asking for three steps. Cindy, will you give me 3 steps of land? Dave, will you give me 3 steps of land? Not 3 lot and not 3 plot and not 3 acres and not 3 steps. 3 footsteps of land. Will you give? Will you give up that freely? You build your fence on the exact bong. Huh? Land have a little devil in it, you know. Land have a little... Everybody fighting house and land, everybody fighting. Everybody dead and leave house and land right there. The one who fighting can't do nothing, have their own, wouldn't fix it, wouldn't repair it, wouldn't clean it, wouldn't do nothing, it fall down, bragadang. Huh? And they prefer to see it fall down and waste than being utilized. That's how foolish we are. That's how confused we are. Raja Bali, hearing Vaman saying, I want 3 footsteps of land, he says, take it. And you know what he does? The Vaman, the midget, the short bean, turns into this gigantic bean. And one of his foot covered the entire earth. The next foot covered the entire heaven. Now we look at Raja Bali and he said, where am I going to put my next foot, boy? Huh? Where am I going to put my next foot? And Raja Bali said, well, boy, what am I going to tell you? Put your foot on top of my head. The only place remain is on top of my head. Put your foot on top of my head. And so Vaman put his foot on top of the head of Raja Bali, bringing Raja Bali down to humility. But you know what happened? Raja Bali didn't die. Raja Bali did not die. And so Vaman Devata, everybody was upset. So what they did? They plotted a plan. And what they did? They invited Rajkumari Ratnamala. Ratnamala came to that place. And as Ratnamala came to that place, what will she do? Ratnamala, she prepared poison and she fed it to Vaman Devata. And feeding this poison to Vaman Devata, what will happen? You know how she fed him? She persuaded him. She says, God, Vaman, Lord Vishnu, if you really love me, you'll manifest yourself in front of me like a baby, like a child. And to show your love to me, Lord Vishnu, you will drink milk from my bosom. She paced her bosom with poison. In her previous birth too, you know. That's why the habits that we have, they're so easy. Because you were practicing them in the past. So you know what? It's normal. Jagannath could pick up the dantan and go chicka-ching, 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 chicka-ching. Eh? Watch. Dave, look at Jagdev's hand. Watch. with no effort, with grace. Watch at it. Look at it. See it? With no effort. No effort. See? Look at Narish falling asleep with no effort. Some they're just good at what they do because you were practicing that in the past, you know. You were doing this in the past, so it becomes effortless. And so Bhagwan Vishnu, as this baby, he drank and he drank and he drank and he drank the life out of Ratnam Mala. And so she died. But did she learn? In her next avatar, as Putana, she do the same thing again. Denise, we have to change here so that it will be easy when we transition into the next. We have to change here. We have to make the changes here and now. Tell the person next to you, we have to make some changes. Tell them. Tell them. We have to make some changes. Tell them we have to make it here and now. Tell them. Tell them, don't be afraid to talk. Talk in the Yagna. Tell them. We have to make the changes here and now. We have to change. So that in our next birth, if there is one, life will be enjoyable and pleasurable. Life will be enjoyable and pleasurable. And so, she was destroyed. Ratnamala was destroyed. But she was reborn as Putana to make the same mistake. Never make the same mistake ever again. Never. Vrindavan Bihari ki Jai. Let us join in the Havan. Sriman Narayan, Narayan, Narayan. Sriman Narayan, Narayan, Narayan.
Sriman Narayan, Narayan, Narayan.
Bajman Narayan, Narayan, Narayan.
Bajman Narayan, Narayan, Narayan.
Swami Narayan, Narayan, Narayan. Sarva Papa Haram Devam Bhagyam Nirmalam Jalam. Ajvanim Adapta Grihana Parameshwara. Ajvanim Samarpayami Vishwebhyo Devebhyo Namah. Om Bhurvasvat Saviturvarinyam Bhargo Devasya Dhime Yo Yo Na Prachodyat Swaha Idam Gatridam Namama. Om Bhurvasvat Saviturvarinyam Bhargo Devasya Dhime Yo Yo Na Prachodyat Swaha Idam Gatridam Namama. Om Bhurvasvat Saviturvarinyam Bhargo Devasya Dhime Yo Yo Na Prachodyat Swaha Idam Gatridam Namama. Om. You all will chant Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Swaha. Go ahead. Jai Krishna Hare Shri Krishna Hare. Dukhiyon ko dukh dur kare. Jai 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 Krishna Hare. Sing with me everybody.
Jai Krishna Hare, Shri Krishna Hare. Dukhiyon ko dukh dur kare. Jai 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 Krishna Hare.
Some things to be noted and to be reminded of in the Katha that we listen is that Vasudeva crossed the river Yamuna, but when he was crossing, you know what happened? The water came up and almost drowned him. And he was doing a good end. But Putana was crossing the same river, and you know what happened? She crossed with grace. She crossed with grace because you know why? It was her karma. Her karma is that her challenge, her karma is that her death, her karma is that her destruction will come through a different mean. Not water. Her karma permitted her to suffer, but not the way that Vasudeva was suffering, if that's the correct thing to say. And so to every one of us, our challenges come, but they come differently. Our situations come, but it comes differently. All of us, we are repaying the debt of our karma, but we're not having the same experience. I having back pain, Jagannath having neck pain, Sharon having heart pain, and not heart because of plug arteries, you know, heart because of love. Huh? Sintra having Eric, Narish having sleep apnea, and everybody different. It's coming, but different. The karma is coming, but different. And our experiences are different. Putana, you might say, but she was bad and going to destroy, and how come the river didn't swallow her? You will ask that. But it's because the Leela is unfolding. And for the Leela to unfold, different things have to happen differently. And so, Putana, a destruction will come. The difference is, though the water of the river came up, it was not able to destroy Vasudeva. So chances are that the serious thing you might live through, but somebody, a petty thing, they won't be able to live through. Serious thing you glide through, but a petty, insignificant thing, Jai Bhi Akela, you're gone. जब चांद तरफ अंधियारा हो, आशा का दूर किनारा हो।
जब चारों तरफ अंधियारा हो, आशा का दूर किनारा हो।
और कोई न केवल हारा हो, फिर तू ही मेरा पार करो। जय 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 कृष्ण हरे, sing with me. जय कृष्ण हरे, श्री कृष्ण हरे, दुखियों को दुख दूर करे। जय 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 कृष्ण। सर्वदेवी सर्वदेवताय नमः स्वाहा। Offer water. Papuham pap karmam papatmam pundarikaksha, trahimam pundarikaksha, sarva papa haru hari, punatu punatu. We find the smoke. Vanaspatara surabhuto gandharyo ganadutama agre sarvadevanam dhupoyam brati gretam. We all stretch our hands, we bow. Comes hearing of the death of Putana, he's about to do something. What will he do? At 2 o'clock we will listen. Comes is trying to save himself. What will he do? We listen to at 2 o'clock. Let us all stand as we join in the closing arti. Bhagwat arti. Jai 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 Bhagwatam. Jai 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 Bhagwatam.
जय 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 भागवतम, जय 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 भागवतम।
Jai 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 Bhagwatam. Jai 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 Bhagwatam.
जय 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 भागवतम, जय 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 भागवतम।
जय जय भागवत भगवान की है आरती।
पापियों को पाप से है तारती।
जय जय भागवत भगवान की है आरती।
पापियों को पाप से है तारती।
ये अमर गंतये मुक्ति पंतये पंचम वेद निराला, नव ज्योति जगाने वाला।
ये अमर गंतये मुक्ति पंतये पंचम वेद निराला,
सब ज्योति जगाने वाला।
हरि गाने ही वरदाने,
हरि गाने ही वरदाने ही,
जग की मंगल की आरती।
पापियों को पाप से है तारती।
जय जय भागवत भगवान की है आरती।
पापियों को पाप से है तारती।
ये शांति दीप पावन पुनीत, पापों को मिटाने वाला, हरि धनुष दिखाने वाला।
ये शांति गीत पावन पुनीत, पापों को मिटाने वाला,
हरि दर्शन दिखाने वाला।
हे सुख करनी हे दुख हरनी,
हे सुख करनी दुख हरनी,
ये मधुसूदन की आरती।
पापियों को पाप से है तारती।
जय जय भागवत भगवान की है आरती।
पापियों को पाप से है तारती।
ये मधुर बोल जगपंत कोल, सन्मान निकालने वाला, बिगड़ी को बनाने वाला।
ये मधुर बोल जगपंत कोल, सन्मान दिखाने वाला,
बिगड़ी को बनाने वाला।
श्री राम यही घनश्याम
श्री राम यही घनश्याम यही,
सबकी महिमा की आरती।
पापियों को पाप से है तारती।
जय जय भागवत भगवान की है आरती।
पापियों को पाप से है तारती।
जय 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 भागवतम, जय 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 भागवतम,
जय 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 भागवतम, जय 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 भागवतम,
जय 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 भागवतम, जय 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 भागवतम,
जय 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 भागवतम, जय 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 भागवतम,
जय 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 भागवतम, जय 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 भागवतम,
जय 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 भागवतम, जय 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 भागवतम।
असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय, मृत्युर्मामृतं गमय, मन्त्रहीनं क्रियाहीनं भक्तिहीनं जनार्दन, यत्पूजितं मया देव परिपूर्णं तदस्तमे। त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव, त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव, त्वमेव विद्याद्रविणं त्वमेव, त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देव। आओ कन्हैया मेरे पास आओ, आओ मुरली वाली मुरलिया बजाओ। आओ कन्हैया कृष्ण कन्हैया, बंसी बजैया, कृष्ण कन्हैया बंसी बजैया। श्याम मुरारी कुंज बिहारी, श्याम मुरारी कुंज बिहारी। यशोदा की नंदन भव में भंजन, यशोदा की नंदन भव में भंजन। आओ मुरली वाली मुरलिया बजाओ। आओ कन्हैया, आओ कन्हैया, आओ कन्हैया। वृंदावन मेरे लाल की, सच्ची सनातन धर्म की चली चला। सीताराम 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 कहिए, जाई बेरा के राम, जाई बेरा के राम, ताही बेरी रहे। सीताराम 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 सीताराम। सच्ची सनातन धर्म की जय। आसन पर the arti is about to come. The Panchamrit, the Parsad, meals are provided for all. Please do stand and partake. And so, while this is happening, we join in this beautiful bhajan. We remind you to join with us at 2 o'clock again as the Bhagwat Yagna continues. Listen to us as we eulogize, as we glorify Bhagwan in a very special way.
Ai choroji choroji choroji, ai choroji choroji choroji, ai कन्हैया कलैया हमार, कन्हैया कलैया हमार। के चोरोजी चोरोजी चोरोजी, चोरोजी चोरोजी चोरोजी, आई कन्हैया कलैया हमार, कन्हैया कलैया हमार। आई नटखट हथेली बेला चमेली, पकड़ो न भैया हमारे। ए नटखट हथेली बेला चमेली, पकड़ो हम भैया न मारे। इलाज के मारे तुमसे मारे, लोचे परोसरी भैया। जाओ जी जाओ जी जाओ ना, जाओ जी जाओ जी जाओ ना। ए कन्हैया कलैया हमार, कन्हैया कलैया हमार। ए चोरो जी चोरो जी चोरो जी, चोरो जी चोरो जी चोरो जी, आई कन्हैया कलैया हमार। ए अच्छी नहीं भैया छिचाओ, काहे के मारो न जोरी। अरे अच्छी नहीं भैया न चोरी, काहे के मारो न जोरी। चोती न नरिया देवन ताना, कच्चो न दुनिया न मोरी। अरे तोरो न तोरो न तोरो जी, तोरो ना तोरो ना तोरो जी, आई कन्हैया कन्हैया हमार, कन्हैया कन्हैया हमार। चोरो जी चोरो जी चोरो जी, चोरो जी चोरो जी चोरो जी, आई कन्हैया कन्हैया हमार। अरे चलती डगरिया बीच बजरिया, छेरो ना छेरो सबरिया। अरे चलती डगरिया बीच बजरिया, छेरो ना छेरो सेवरिया। अरे मारो ना मारो जानो न जानो, मैं हूँ न तुम्हारी बावरिया। ए आना जी आना जी आना जी, आना जी आना जी आना जी, कन्हैया कलैया हमार, कन्हैया कलैया हमार। ये चोरो जी चोरो जी चोरो जी, चोरो जी चोरो जी चोरो जी, आई कन्हैया कलैया हमार, कन्हैया कलैया हमार। ये कन्हैया कलैया हमार, कन्हैया कलैया हमार। हे आना आना मोहनवा के मोर गलिया, आना आना मोहनवा से मोर गलिया, आना आना मोहनवा। ए मोर गलिया ना मोर गलिया रे, मोर गलिया ना मोर गलिया, आना आना मोहनवा से मोर गलिया, आना आना मोहनवा। घिसे घिसे चंदन लेपो लगाओ, घिसे घिसे चंदन लेपो लगाओ, गुरु चरणन की कलियां, हरे गुरु चरणन की कलियां, याना याना मोहनवा से मोर गलियां, आना मोहनवा, अरे मोर गलियां न मोर गलियां, मोर गलियां न मोर गलियां, रे आना आना मोहनवा से मोर गलियां, आना आना मोहनवा। प्रेम सहित में भोग लगाओ, प्रेम सहित में भोग लगाओ, चुन चुन फूलन की गलियां, हरे चुने चुने फूलन की गलियां, रे आना आना मोहनवा मोर गलियां, आना आना मोहनवा, मोर गलियां आना मोर गलियां, मोर गलियां आना मोर गलियां, आना आना मोहनवा से मोर गलियां, आना आना मोहनवा। कही कभी सुनो भैया साधु, कही कभी सुनो भैया साधु, शाम लगावे सवरिया, हरे शाम लगावे सवरिया, रे आना आना मोहनवा से मोर गलियां, आना आना मोहनवा, मोर गलियां आना मोर गलियां, मोर गलियां आना मोर गलियां, रे आना आना मोहनवा से मोर गलियां, आना आना मोहनवा। वृंदावन पलक बही सदा बिहारी लाल, दुल्हन प्यारी अपराधिका तो दुल्हा नंद कुमार, सवलिया में कौन बना दूर न जाए, आई सवलिया में कौन बना दूर न जाए, दूर न जाए रे दूर न जाए, दूर न जाए रे दूर न जाए, सवलिया में कौन बना दूर न जाए। गोकुला दोलो हरे वृंदावन दोलो, गोकुला दोलो हरे वृंदावन दोलो, दोनों पीरते नंद गाँव दोनों पीरते नंद गाँव सवलिया में कौन बना दूर न जाओ, सवलिया में कौन बना दूर न जाओ, दूर न जाओ रे दूर न जाओ, दूर न जाओ रे दूर न जाओ, सवलिया में कौन बना दूर न जाओ, सवलिया में कौन बना दूर न जाओ। सूर्य शाम लिया सा चरण की, सूर्य शाम लिया सा चरण की, अरे मन की गिरा बढ़ाओ रे बढ़ाओ, मन की गिरहर बढ़ाओ रे बढ़ाओ, इस सवरिया में कौन बना दूर न जाओ, इस सवरिया में कौन बना दूर न जाओ, अरे दूर न जाओ रे दूर न जाओ, दूर न जाओ रे दूर न जाओ, रे सवरिया में कौन बना दूर न जाओ, आई सवरिया में कौन बना दूर न जाओ, सवरिया में कौन बना दूर न जाओ, अरे सवरिया में कौन बना।
Sankhya Television, your number one choice for cultural, inspirational, and spiritual programming. Find us on Facebook by simply searching for Sankhya Television. On our Facebook page, you can view and enjoy all previously aired inspirational programs as well as Sankhya Television's Facebook Lives. Remember to like and follow so you can be in the know when Sankhya TV goes